Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot nanny.
Hey everyone, welcome along to TRACKSIDE with Kokpit, brought to you by GARAGE16. Kins and Booker here on your Wednesday show, right through to around 8:30 tonight. Hope you're going well out there as well. And as Wayne Otten says in the chat, one of the first to jump in there, evening lads, 74 days till opening night of Speedway. This guy counts it down every minute by minute. Hey Books, mate, how are you?
I'm doing well, mate. Doing well. Yeah, counting down the days, counting down the sleeps. Man, it's getting closer, and it's going to get here quicker than we think. I think too, Kins. You know, like you got a feel for the tracks all getting ready for the new season and prepping. You can see it on the social media there. They're all putting up posts of what's happening and what they're doing, and it's pretty exciting stuff, really, when you see all the progresses that's happening. And of course, we're going to go through all the tracks as we build up to the start of this race season. But we're going to start with the first track on our list tonight. We're going to start with the Rees Tour and Blenheim, and then Nelson tonight. So that's exciting to talk to those guys and talk to them about their season. But I did see something pop up on the social media. Harley Robb has bought the 147K. Was that I don't know if that was true or not. Is that do you know if that's a fact? Is it or?
Yeah, it is a fact. Yeah, it is true. And it's been shared everywhere over the social media. And there's been a lot of talk around Harley, what he would be doing. No doubt he's going to join in and watch the show. And he'll confirm it, no doubt, with us on the show. But yeah, from all accounts, what you've noticed, what I've noticed, what everyone else has noticed around on the old social media, everything's true on the book face, mate. You got to believe the book
Oh,
face.
yeah, well, that's
It's
why I
all
asked,
true.
because you can't believe everything you see on Facebook. That's for blooming sure. But yeah, it's but I tell you what, the hype is real about this Rees Tour, though, mate. I mean, after last week's show and talking with Pete and Paul, the two P's, yeah, people are excited, and not just drivers, but fans. I'm getting messages from fans and people that are just hanging out to go on this tour, and they've decided that's it. They're starting to save. I mean, obviously, listening to Pete and Paul talk about it, it's just going to be an exciting tour, mate. I mean, you get to see this beautiful country of ours and watch Speedway at the same time. What more? And have a social atmosphere, and you know, I mean, what more can you ask for? It's going to be a great family atmosphere, great fun. Just yeah, it's excitement plus, eh?
Oh, 100% Books. You know, when you take a look at Pete's been trying to work on this for some time now. Obviously, he was hoping to run it last season, but not to be because of clashes and so forth. But it's definitely on the cards. And of course, there's some big meetings with the New Zealand Superstock GP down over New Year's at Woodford Glen. Then the following weekend, you've got Nelson hosting the New Zealand Superstock Champs. So I think it's just perfect, great time, and it's ideal. As Almo says, I think he counted down 30 weeks to the Rees Tour. He's got in the comments there. But yeah, you're right. In the South Island, and you know, Books, you were down there just recently. I've been down there a few times. Such a beautiful country, lovely people, great roads, speedway at the best down in the South Island, mate, and in action aplenty. So when you take a look at what's happening, just reiterating the Rees Tour, Friday, 14 March, Eastern State, Saturday, Sunday, 15, 16 will be at Nelson. Then they'll move on through to Tuesday, 18 March, Friday, 21st, Saturday, 22nd, Monday, 24, Friday, 28, Saturday, 29. They will wrap it all up at the Woodford Glen track. But yeah, it's all on our Kokpit Media Facebook page for the details. But you are right, Books. Everyone just so and mate.
Yeah, well, I think it's just something else to get excited about. I mean, we have our national titles that we all love to go and watch for all classes, not just super stocks and stock cars and stuff, you know, like, and now this is just something else to get behind and get excited about. And I think it'll just, and I mean, yeah, we're going to meet a lot of new people, mate, and make some new friends and everything, I believe, when we go on that tour, and different tracks and stuff, mate. It's just going to be fantastic. But Also, I want to say too, if you're going to be going to the Daybreaker Rally or thinking about the Daybreaker Rally in Palmerston North next month, September, they're looking for volunteers and help as well. If you want to help them with, they need people, I think, at points where the spectators go and watch. So listen, if you want to be a part of it and help, get hold of the Daybreaker Rally team, Paul and Tony there, and they'll be happy to hear from you. And believe me, they will look after you like you wouldn't believe just for helping them. They are fantastic guys with a lot of passion in motorsport, and they'll do what they can to help you. So if you're keen to help. And that goes for the tracks around the country too this year. If you want to be more involved, the tracks are always looking for more volunteers. I know they are. And just get hold of your local track and say, hey, look, we'd love to get involved and be a part of it. Instead of sitting in the stand going, oh, they should have done this or should have done that, get involved, you know?
Hard out, mate. And that's the best way to do it, is get involved. You know, if you want to sit up there in the grandstand eating on the hot dog and smelling the fumes and be so critical, go down there and offer a bit of help.
Yeah.
Trust me, they won't turn you away, because the more volunteers to make things work, make a whole event happen. And look, volunteers, you can't do things without that as well. Dave Thomas, you are 100% right. Let's get ready to race. Caden, how you, Caden? Thomas Scott, always watching, mate. Ellie J. O'Brien, hello. Kerry Russ is on the show. Paul Mason from Paul and Susan, how are yous? Who else we got here? Carl Carpendale, mate. I see the countdown to your wedding as well. B-Man Walker, howdy. Richie Mason, Marty Goodley, who done a few laps online with us in the late models, jumped in the deep end. But mate, you done well. 37 days till daybreak rally. Who else we got here? Colin Stewart. Tony's on the show watching. Who else we got on? Amron. Hey, Amron. Samantha Kiss, how you saying? Robert O'Brien, Mark Goodman, Wayne Stewart, and Loz over there in Oz. So heaps going on there. Just quickly, I'll quickly post this up because these three guys are representing our country.
Yes.
Over there, as it says. And let's come back down a bit further at the Brisker. You can see all the fundraising all over the social media. Heaps going on there for these three gentlemen. Stunning looking young men they are.
I think there's something this weekend, isn't there, for Trent at the Speedway Garage in Wongas?
Yeah, I think it's a
this
quiz
weekend.
night.
I think that you can go down there and support something they're doing there. I'm sure they are. Yeah. But yeah, look, they're going to represent us, and proudly represent us too, I would say, over there at the over in England. But also, I just want to mention before we get one of our two guests on board. Tomorrow or tonight, I'm going to put up a picture of, we've been working on a shirt, sublimated shirts like these that me and Kinser are wearing, as a shirt for sale for Kokpit Media if you want to purchase a shirt. So we're going to put them up for interest, and if you see it and think, oh, I could be keen on one of them, just send us a PM message, and we'll see if we're going to do a run of shirts for people. We'll be pre-orders, so it'll be you pay for it, we order it as a bulk thing, and we just basically sell them for close to what we cost us to get it done, so keep an eye out for that. We'll put a post up and show you our new design supplemented shirts. They have a nice collar and a nice design. They got all our sponsors on them, and so keep an eye out for that. And if you're keen, send us a PM.
Awesome. Plenty going on around that as well. So looking forward to, getting some of the stuff that we rock around in as well. Hey, we'll try and catch up. I did see a comment in here from Thomas in regards to one of the Rees who races down in Cromwell. We'll try and follow up with that. And we'll do a bit of a catch up with some of the crew down there. That's part of what we're going to be doing down there, is catching up and talking with a few of the guests on our travels through the South Island, as I mentioned. Books, mate, I suppose we should have moved on. And since we're talking Rees tour, we better bring in our first guest.
Yes, mate. Let's bring in Stuart, all the way from the beautiful Blenheim. How are you, mate? Stuart, you doing well?
Excellent. Thank you very much.
That's good, mate.
What I'm going to do for a sec, Books, is I might just drop out. I think not too sure if I'm connecting well or going on. I might have a few issues here because it's like a glitchy all of a sudden. But I'll pop out, mate, and you carry on talking to Stu. I won't be sick. I'll be back in a sec.
We're going to lose this. This is we'll be right. Stu. We don't need him. Hey, hey, listen, mate. you've just been to conference and you had a bit of a tour up over the North Island there too. And how was that for you? You enjoyed travelling a bit of the North Island side of the country?
Yeah, loved it. We went from Palmy through to New Plymouth. I've never been there. It's the only place in New Zealand I've never been to. Caught up with Mr. Kruger, and he took us to Stratford and took us around the oil fields and that sort of stuff. And had a good time. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Liked the place, actually. Quite liked the place.
Yeah, it's not a bad spot, eh? We went to myself and Kinser. We did the New Zealand Modifieds at Stratford last year, and we enjoyed that. It was a great track, and the hospitality was fantastic as well. But how'd you find conference? Did you enjoy conference? Was that your first conference, or have you been a few times?
No, I've been going to conference since 1990 something.
I've had a few say to me that they thought it was one of the better venues that it's been at. Your thoughts on that?
It was all right. Yeah,
yeah,
it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we won't dwell on conference too much. I mean, it's all everybody sort of thinks about it, building up to it, and then they think about it what's on the weekend, and then it's all forgotten until something happens in the season. They blame it on that weekend, don't they? So
yeah,
we'll wait for that moment later on in the season. But the off season for you guys, how's that been?
Busy, very, very busy. We've last year we started out and we got started to get a really good crew of volunteers and stuff on board. And these guys have been coming ahead in leaps and bounds. And in fact, tonight our track prep team are at a local council do for volunteers, recognising a group of volunteers or individuals. So we put them forward to that. So we're quite proud of that. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, mate. So it's either the volunteers that work out at your track and help you out there you're talking about, yeah?
Yep, yeah. They're the guys that come out and put the hours in and so that people can go and do skids on a Saturday night, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're so important. Like we talked about that just before about people. So to people, you're always in need of more volunteers, aren't you? Like anybody that wants to help out in this sport, get out there and do it because we need the help, don't we? It's not easy running a meeting or prepping for a meeting even.
No. And I mean, we're only a small club and we reckon we need about 40 to 50 volunteers to do it properly. I mean, very seldom would you get that number, but if we had that number, it would be just a nice cruisy sort of evening in a lot of ways. And
so what have you done any extra stuff over the off season for the track? Has the track done the advancements, any upgrades?
Yeah, we've last weekend we put about 300 cubic clay on, which we dragged from a hill halfway between Picton and Blenheim.
Wow.
So that comes through. Yeah, so that was a full day, a couple of Saturdays ago they did that. We're working on our toilet blocks. Well, one of the toilet blocks, our seating we're working on. The office is being sorted. We're doing a bit of work in the pits because our pits are quite bony. So we're actually trying to do something about that this year as well. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is everything costs money and you've just got to be careful how you spend it,
Yeah. Well, that's right too. And the best way that we can help any track out is to put our bums on the seats on the weekends, and then that helps you upgrade, doesn't it? Because if we put our bums on the seats, that's revenue for you, and then you're able to make the place better for us and make it more entertaining.
For sure. Although discretionary dollar is getting a wee bit sort of tight, but I agree totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
The people coming in on Saturday night are the people that,
yeah. So,
and I've always looked at it that the clay, the surface of the track is actually your priority product, your top product. If you don't have a good track surface, everything else falls by the wayside, unfortunately. So it all starts there.
Yeah. Well, that's a huge part of that, isn't there? The track, if the surface is good, it creates good racing. And the crowds come and they enjoy it, like some tracks out there will chop up quite bad and people get a bad experience and they don't want to go back, and that's unfortunate that it happens, because let's face it, you've got big tires, small tires ripping the shit out of a track. You can't always get it 100%, can you?
No, and they don't like water for some reason. Can't work that one out. But, yeah.
So your season, this season, kids, you've got a bit of info on that, haven't you? Sitting there, have you still? Or?
Yeah, I'm still here. So I'm back. Hey, I'm back. September, I understand 14 and 21st, you've got your practice, but the last practice is on the 5th of October. The opening night is the 12th of October.
Correct. Yep. And it's a wee bit unusual for us. Normally we open Labour weekend, but this year we decided to bring it forward a bit, just to test the water, see where we're going, see how it would look, in the long term. Yeah, we got a massive season this season, actually, race nights. So.
Yeah, before I do follow on with the season ahead, Stu, look, I'm guessing like most tracks, and you're very fortunate that we've got Wayne with us from Nelson joining us tonight after you. I guess you communicate well within the tracks that are close vicinity so you don't clash with each other first before you put the calendar out of racing?
For sure. Yep. Yeah. A waste of time because one of the big things is a lot of people do travel from here to Nelson to watch Speedway. And there are people that come back this way as well. And we're a small club, so we are reliant on cars as well. And so we're reliant on the cars coming over from Nelson to fill fields and give us a good night, a good experience.
We do have a couple of race meetings on Sea to wrap up in October on the 27th. It's a Sunday. So that's pretty cool that you have a race on a Sunday.
Well, that's Labour weekend.
Mm.
And I think Woodford Glen are racing Saturday.
Okay.
So and because Labour weekend Monday's off, we thought, might try and get a few of the cars from out of the Glen as well.
Cool.
To come up and then they don't have to go screaming home. At 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock at night.
Awesome. Then you move on through to November. You got more racing on the 16th. The Saloon Car Series on Friday, 22nd November.
Yeah, the Brian FM South Island Saloon Car Series. We missed out on that last year, but this year we've got 3 very, very capable drivers that are entering. Really looking forward to that as a spectacle at home. From what I can work out, they're doing Blenheim, Greymouth, Woodford Glen, or Blenheim, Woodford Glen, Greymouth that weekend.
Yeah. Okay, big weekend, Labour weekend up and down the country. So when it comes to racing, you wrap up obviously in November on the 30th. Moving through to the one event, just the sole event, the Street Stock Tri Series and the Remembrance Champs, Sunday, 15th December.
Yeah, the Tri Series is the brainchild of Cody from over in Nelson. He ran it last year and it was very, very successful. And when he approached us to do it again this year, we know it was a no-brainer. Even though it's a Sunday afternoon, the North Island guys, I believe there's a few of them coming down, so it's a quick jump-off point for them to leave the track and jump on a ferry rather than Nelson or Greymouth, after the last round of the series.
Let's talk about the street stocks. I want to touch on this because I know there's a few street stock fans watching the show tonight, and the dominance, obviously, with the championship when it was held in Wellington, it was always going to be North versus South. Everyone loves the street stocks down in the South, and you seem to be kicking a bit of ass actually against the North Island boys, dare I say it?
Yeah, the street stocks have always been very, very strong at the Glen and Dunedin and Invercargill. Yeah. For all the years I've been involved in Speedway, they have been very strong. Nelson have got quite strong over the last half dozen years or so. Yeah. And I think the proof in the pudding is the 2 and 3 NZ, is it, that they've got over there now. Our guys, they go out, they have a lot of fun on a Saturday night and then go home and spend a week fixing their cars.
Hey, obviously January and the new year 2025, it's quite a big year for the South Island, but your particular track, Friday 17th, Saturday 18th, it's a big one for Super Saloon fans. You've got the DB Webster Super Saloon Series, followed by the South Island Super Saloon title. That's a big weekend. It
is a big weekend. We feel that we're really fortunate with South Islands and meetings of that sort of ilk. We feel that we could get cars from the North Island down. And, we've got to make sure the track's right, of course, because people won't travel if the track's not right. But last year, as I said, our track prep guys worked their butts off and got the track to a point where it was just absolutely spectacular. Young Ricky, when he was here last year, Mr. Bolton, he reckoned that he was only lifting just going into the corners.
Wow.
The track was absolutely seriously fast. It was great. So
Tell me
we're
about
hoping.
Yeah, no, Karen, sorry. Tell me about Debbie Webster. That's a name that pops up a lot down there, especially around super saloons. It gives so
Yeah,
much towards it.
yeah. Debbie's involved in the super saloon fraternity quite heavily in the South Island. She's a real estate person from locally here, and yeah, a good person to work with, and is very, very passionate about her super saloons. Yes.
And that's anonymous with saloons down there. February, moving in through to February, obviously, for the Wings coming up on the 14th. Then the 22nd, you got the South Island Superstock title as well. You still got a couple of big events in Feb.
Yeah, the Wings, I am absolutely seriously, I am really, really looking forward to that. The last time we ran sprint cars here, Jamie Duff smashed, and I mean smashed our lap record. He did a 14:02, I think it was. Unfortunately, that night they only got one running. They got up on the dummy grid, and we were just bringing them out onto the track, and the heavens opened up, and that was the end of that. So I'm really, really looking forward to these guys coming, knowing that our guys are more prepared, as in, for getting it right. And yeah, I'm hoping that they'll break that 14-second barrier, get into the 13s. So that's a personal sort of thing, but yeah, that's what I'd like to see.
The success.
That's seriously fast.
Oh, yeah, seriously, that's just unbelievable. Booker came with me to Bay Park and he watched the sprint cars and he was just hooked. He couldn't believe how they threw those cars into the corners and everything like that. And he's pretty well hooked on it. But like you say, we had Jamie on the show with us a little while back with the Only AMS Awards, and the way he spoke, he's seriously the real deal and got some serious speed behind him as well. Moving on through to 22nd, the South Island Superstock title. We're not too sure if it's confirmed. We're touching on that with Harley Robb and his new purchase, apparently, but we believe everything on Facebook to be true. I'm guessing you're going to get a huge turnout for the South Island Superstock title.
Well, we'd like to think so.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've held it for many, many years. We haven't had Superstocks here for quite some time, and then all of a sudden, last year 2 popped up, and this year another 3 or 4 have popped up. So locally, we've got sort of like 4 or 5 Superstocks. And really looking forward to them coming out and racing on the season and putting on a show, and with the Nelson guys coming over, 2 or 3 of them coming over most meetings if they can. It just puts on a bit of a show for those guys. But that's another meeting I am really looking forward to here. Yep.
Yeah, you got some racing coming up on the 8th and 22nd in March. So there's still a couple more action to check out there. But April, mate, I see you got quite a bit here going on. You got the Harvest Champs on the 5th, the 19th Easter Champs, then the 25th and 26th the Modified Invasion. That's a huge month to wrap up the season.
Yeah, it crept up on us, that one.
Yeah.
Firstly, the modified deal. We last year put together a modified thing for a 2-day meeting, which we decided to have a crack at. And it was really, really successful. And it's a north versus south modified deal, which the North Island unfortunately won. But it really was successful. We had 2 nights racing, freezing, bleeding cold. And it was like -1 or 0 when people were going home. And that was at 8:30, 9 o'clock. And it was just so cold, everybody froze. But it was successful. So we decided we would run it again. We're going to run it Easter, but the unfortunate thing is Easter in Marlborough, every second year we have the Warbirds over Marlborough, and the town isn't big enough to run 2 big events with people coming into the town. So because Easter's so late, we're going to run that. The Easter on Anzac, the Easter meeting is sort of working with Nelson. So we're running Saturday, they're running Sunday. So people can come up and have a couple of days racing at a couple of different venues. And the Harvest Champs is a celebration of the grape harvest finishing. And that's what that's all about. Normally we run fireworks that night. But circumstances, we aren't able to do that this year. We're doing the fireworks later on.
Right. Sounds like you got a full-on season in which practice gets underway. Damn, that's only next month, dare I say it.
Well,
3
Yep.
weeks away from 14th and the 20th. That's only next month. Holy hell. And geez, it's only like 8 weeks away. You start racing, basically, give
Yeah.
or take, you know. And it's
It
all
is.
go all season, mate. That modified invasion, I just want to go back to that because our good sponsor of our show, GARAGE16,
Yeah,
Aaron
yeah.
Lewis, speaks highly of that event. And I've seen all the coverage over the social media. He couldn't stop him talking about the event. I think he had the biggest smile on his face. And because he actually done well, I think during the event, he was raking himself up there. Books Aaron
Yeah,
Lewis
yeah.
talking
I think
about
his
it.
car broke
Yeah.
or something, and he still managed to get
Yeah.
himself a sash or something. So he's pretty happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and they did a lot of footage too. He did a bit of live of it too from down there, which was cool. Yeah, he was very excited for the whole event.
When we stopped the race, when the race finished,
Yeah.
The guys were sort of having a bit of a disagreement about the fact they didn't believe they'd done 25 laps. It was a 25 lap modified race, no stoppages. It just
Wow.
finished, coming. Yeah, and the track was, I think the lap record got broken twice in that race, over that race. So it was pretty awesome to watch.
Mate, it sounds like the place to be with some serious speed. When you talked about the sprint car lap record, then of course you talk about super saloons, how quick they go as well, the speed, the seriousness of that. Now you talk about modifieds, mate. You got some good track preparation going on there when it works, obviously, because some of these high-powered machines, they just got the foot flat and they just doing it and entertaining the fans.
Yeah, they do. You mentioned on Bay Park, our pole line's about the same as Bay Park.
Okay.
Bay Park, yeah, but Bay Park's a wider track, so it's about a metre or a bit over a metre wider on the straights, and around the corners it's a bit bigger as well. So,
Hey, yeah, no, carry on, Stu. Sorry.
I was just going to say the corners are a bit tight. They're not
Yeah.
a big sweeping corner. So, yeah.
Awesome. Hey, at the start of the show, obviously, Book and I were talking about volunteers, mate, and tracks can't do things without volunteers. And we're talking about the call out for Daybreaker coming up next month for volunteers to go and help out. Mate, you got to thank everyone that associates with your track behind the scenes because there is untold amount of work that goes on. Preparing the actual calendar for the event's not easy, but the work that makes things work, it's all done by a whole lot of people behind the scenes.
You're right about that. I was saying to
we touched on that,
before.
Kins.
Oh,
yeah. Our track prep team, which is about 5 or 6 guys, we've put them up for an award at the local council. It's a volunteer thing that the council do, an appreciation, and we've put them up, and that's actually tonight. So that's
wow.
now as we're talking. Yes.
Yeah.
And a couple of our volunteers were acknowledged from SNZ, from the SNZ Awards. But to the committee, the committee is just awesome. Like, they're people who are dedicated, and all they want to do is just get stuck in and get the job done and move forward. And our volunteers, when we asked them to put their hands up from last year, I think everyone came back, bang, thanks for coming. There might have been a couple that didn't, but we changed the way we did stuff for them. Our approach with them, where we deal with them, not against them or over them or anything like that. And we just try to have a bit of a really family-friendly atmosphere and amongst all the people. And it just makes everything go so smoothly,
It's the key part, Books, and we're very strong on that family.
Yeah.
It's huge within the Speedway, and to get families along, everyone there, and entertainment is just part of it. But getting families along to Speedway to enjoy it is just next level. It's brilliant. It's good on you. Good on you for what you're doing there as well. And yeah, I'm fully aware of the local government and the council is doing all their stuff around recognising what they call unsung heroes, and that's part of what's happening at the moment. I do know that. I'm aware of it. And I know also there's other part where they celebrate and recognise businesses and everyone that's involved around that later in the year. So yeah, it's about, recognising these people, many others who give so much. And you're just one of those tracks that are worthy recipients. And good luck. Good luck to those.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Looking forward to meeting you both at the Peter Rees deal.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, that's the next subject I suppose we need to talk to is about the that Rees tour. I mean, it must be exciting to finally have that. I mean, it's been going for a couple of years. COVID's wrecked it a couple of times. You must be looking forward to that too, having because what we're hearing now is the people, not just the drivers, but the public that are wanting to come. And then you might have modifieds as well jumping in on the tour as well.
Yeah, so I found out yesterday.
Yeah.
But look, it'd be awesome, and that'll end up being a massive show. Which I'm really looking forward to it. The challenges will be immense, obviously, but I'm not here to just sort of lie on my back and do nothing. It'd be great to actually work with Peter and get this thing off the road. I like the fact that we're first because we get all the cars.
Yeah. Yeah, no one's broken yet, eh?
And I mean, we've even got a couple of local guys, which we're going to be getting a hold of Peter to see, because they want to do the tour as well. They want to follow it around. A couple of mini stock guys, a couple of stock car guys. They want to actually be part of it. So
the beauty, I think the beauty of it, Stu, is that Peter Rees doesn't care. More the merrier as far as he's concerned. He just wants everybody to enjoy themselves and come along. And the other thing too is you are, he said, all the tracks, you yourself included, allowing people to camp at the track.
Yeah. I don't know if I should say it too loud while they're on public, but look, we've got a big car park area, and provided people are self-contained, and it's only for one night, it shouldn't be a problem.
I think that I truly believe that everybody will keep everybody in check for that type of thing, if you know what I mean. Like, hey, pick up your rubbish before you leave, and things like that. I think because we're going to be on other tracks, you just tell people. If you see someone try and leave something, you say, hey, listen. And I've watched Peter Reeves when other people, I've seen other drivers at tracks leave crap out and make a mess at night, and the next morning the Rees family is there cleaning it up, because that's the respect they give to the tracks.
Yeah. I had a quite a good chat to Peter on at conference.
Yeah.
So, and that was good. That cleared a few things as well. So no, it was all good. Yeah. No, but that like, we've got a lot going on this season, as you said, and there's some real high points, and that's going to be one of them, definitely. And that is more about the caliber of cars we're going to have across several fields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I understand the modified guys are also excited now too. So you got stock cars, super stocks, and modifieds. I mean, yeah, it's it'd be interesting to keep a track riding it for the 3 different classes.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there.
You'll get there, and like you said, Stu, you're the first one off the whole tour, so you're going to get everyone there right there at the start. So yeah, it's going to be a massive night. It's going to be huge. So if anyone's wanting to get tickets, I'm guessing just buy them at the gate for this event, or any of your other events.
We don't have any affiliation with Ticketek or anything like that.
Okay.
It's just right. Although, no, I'd just say keep an eye on the website and Facebook.
Yep.
Because we may try and put some up for sale first and see how we go. But we haven't even sort of gone down that line yet. So,
all right, cool. All right.
Okay.
Cool. Anything else you want to say, mate, before we wrap it up?
I'd like to thank you for the opportunity. Never done it before in my life. I'm sitting here shaking like haunted, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And thank you very much for the opportunity to be able to put Eastern States out there on the map in a different format. Thank you.
Hey,
you're more than welcome.
The thanks to you for jumping. I know you're sitting there shaking like hell. If I told you to put your hand up, you'd be going like this,
Yep.
But mate, thank you for joining us. This is what we do as a show. We have fun. We enjoy ourselves. This is the opportunity for tracks right through the whole country to have a chat with us like you, and share your program for the upcoming calendar, which we look forward to catching up with you, Booker and I, on the 14th of March. Mate, it's a pleasure having you on the show. Well done, and good luck to those recipients tonight with the awards. Hope it all goes well for them. But, otherwise, hey, bring on a great season, and we can't wait to be down there with you come March, mate, eh? All the best, eh?
Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Thanks, Stu. Cheers.
Thanks, Stu.
See ya.
Yeah. You done well. Mate.
You would have thought that was his first time talking, to be fair. No. It's easy. Love it. I love it. It's good. And it sounds like it's going to be an exciting season down there. Like, I mean, you're talking these sprint cars that come back and going to break the record again. What they're doing to go faster. I mean, I'm choking at the bit even more now to get down to this track, mate. Like seriously, it's
I
got
can't
me
wait.
a bit pumped up a bit. You know, like I'm like, hang on. I should have bloody gone and had a look at that when I was going past it and I was down there going in Invercargill and that. So, but yeah, hey, listen, I'm excited, mate. If that track's that fast and you got the top super stocks there and stock cars and modifieds for us there, that's good because, you know, we love that fast action, mate. It's, yeah, I'm pumped now. I'm really excited to get to Blenheim. Hey, Eastern States, it's going to be off the chain, mate. Awesome.
Yeah, and awesome. Hey, let's carry on. As part of the Rees tour, of course, the track that follows on from this. He's joined us before to talk about promoting Top of the South Speedway for the 2024-25 season calendar. Wayne Russ, welcome to the show, mate.
Hey, Wayne.
Yeah, thanks for having me along tonight.
Mate, how you been?
Oh, pretty busy to be fair. Yeah, lots of improvements going on down here at our track. Yeah, got a big season ahead for the New Zealand Superstock title here.
Yeah.
And of course now the Rees tour added on.
Yeah, let's talk about the off-season side of things. Like you say, we see it all over social media. There's a lot going on with a lot of tracks up and down the country. What's in particular been happening with your track down in Nelson?
Oh, well, yeah, of course all our South Island tracks, we all communicate together and make sure we get our programs out early and don't clash with dates. Also, there's a few SNZ sanctioned titles that were a bit sort of late coming out, so we just had to slot them in. But yeah, no, just about getting that calendar set and making sure everything's all go ready for the season.
Yeah, what about track preparation wise? Any changes to the tracks? Anything being prepared for some of those big events coming up? Is there anything that's been put in place? You know, the off-season work, it's been maybe track preparation, wall preparation, grandstands, anything in particular?
Yeah, so this has been coming for a few years now. So we've installed new lights. These are superseded the ones that were in 20 odd years ago put in. So we're going to LEDs now. So yeah, they've all been installed. We're about halfway through getting them fired up. Then of course we're now catering for a bumper crowd for the New Zealand title. So new grandstands going in, new corporate area, a big area for the crews to hang out in. So yeah, all of the above really.
Yeah. That particular event that comes up early next year, obviously, the Superstock title we're talking about for the New Zealand's. There was a lot going on around that whole discussion, who was going to secure that particular title. There was a fair bit going around the Speedway rumour mill, whether it was going to be Nelson, whether it was not going to be Nelson. There was a fair bit going on, but you've secured it, and it's official happening down there in January.
Yeah, it took a lot of effort to be fair. We failed to meet the criteria the previous season, so the class really got behind it and knuckled down, and a few new drivers turned up on the scene, and we really put the pressure on to make the criteria work, and come through with it. And then we hounded SNZ to make sure that we had actually ticked all the boxes, and got their date put up nice and early. There's a few other tracks, I think, such as Wellington. We're looking at that date for the stock car title, so they've worked in with us, I think, the following weekend. So we grabbed that weekend because it's sort of when a few of the holiday makers transition out of Nelson, and it sort of frees up a bit of accommodation for visitors that are Speedway mad. So I think a lot of the places got booked out as soon as we paged those dates.
Yeah.
And I think key part of that too, being just the Superstock class we're talking about here, is the previous weekend obviously is the GP down at Woodford Glen. So you get a bulk of the cars done to do that during the New Year's period. Once they've done all their Christmas festivities, ate and everything you can think of, it's the big drive down south, get on the ferry, relax for a few hours, head down to Christchurch, do the GP, head up your way the weekend after and head into the Superstocks. Let's get into this because, like I said, it's only like 5 weeks away. You've got your first practice on the 14th and 28th of September.
Yeah, that's right. We're cranking up, getting ready for that. We've got quite a few new drivers, so we've got some mentor programs and we're doing a few classroom sessions to get those drivers all up to speed before they turn up to the track for the first practice. Of course, there is the track warrant that has to be. The track's got to get that before the beginning of September when we sign up. So, a bit of work going on behind the scenes to make sure that's all good to go for the inspection. So, no, it's quite a bit of focus on hitting that first date.
All right, mate. So the official opening, I'm guessing, is 19th of October, and it's going to be the Trackman Trophy.
Yes, Trackman Trophy. That's historically what we run on the first meeting. It's double points for all the classes as well. So that's to get people off their ass and get out there and go hard on that first meeting. So we run that championship in all classes racing on the night. So it's hit the ground running.
Okay, then of course, love looking up in the air, hearing things go bang, 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 and then you get a sore neck afterwards. Fireworks spectacular, but racing for the kids.
Yes, so this is historically usually our biggest event as far as crowd numbers go. Last year had us bursting at the seams. We were jam-packed for this event, and it's good because it's always community focused on a kids charity. And last year we supported Heart Kids. So really looking forward to that. Yeah.
Is that the same? You're doing Heart Kids again this year, or?
Yeah, well, we'll be a child promotion, so Heart Kids or child cancer, but more likely Heart Kids this year again.
Yeah, we did the Heart Kids last year auction as well for them,
yes,
which was very successful for us, actually.
Yeah, well, they haven't got any government funding, so
No.
rely on great charities. So it's a great cause.
Yeah, that's why we choose how we choose our charities that we support. Me and Kins each year. We did the Kids Cancer the first year and the Heart Kids the second year because they have no funding, and it's just ridiculous, to be fair. So yeah, and we've got another one coming up this year. We're doing an auction this year again for another different charity, which will be announced shortly. But yeah, it's good to see Speedway getting behind the Akins for that type of thing. Like they also had Heart Kids further down. Someone was doing it too, weren't they? I think some other track further down South Island.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it might have been one of the coast tracks might have been doing it as well.
Yeah, it's good to see Speedway get behind that stuff, to be fair. I mean, and we see it, and you'd see it too when you do it, just how much of our Speedway family community actually will get behind it when you promote it.
Yeah, 100%. You know, it's a lot of families follow Speedway, so it's a good platform to have that sort of following.
Yeah, 100% right there, mate. On the 16th, that's the time we'll be doing something. Open Club Champs, Superstock stock cars.
Yeah, so we thought we'd have that to sort of get the juice flowing before the Superstock title, get people here, and there's a lot of people wanting to come here and run prior to the event. Our consent doesn't allow us to have a practice on the Superstock title night, so we'll be running Superstocks on all our previous meetings. So there'll be a lot of people coming here, visiting and getting their cars dialed in before their title.
So there won't be a practice night before the New Zealand's, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, our consent doesn't allow a 3-day event.
Oh.
So, she's straight into it.
Wow,
right, we'll talk more about that when we get closer to it. Let's just finish off this month because you got on the 23rd. Because it's a good point you've raised too, Books. Sunshine Classic and the Super Saloon feature.
Yeah, so Sunshine Classic, so that's a sprint car deal. That usually have a few visiting Americans coming here.
What?
And then we have a Super Saloon feature as well.
Holy hell.
We're going to get to the South Island right before these sprint car things, I tell you. Kids are like, hey, and Americans coming too. Shit. I might have to move to the South Island. Come down there and go white baiting with Wayne.
That's it.
That's the one. SG said too as well, part of the Street Stock Tri Series. Obviously, you're on the 14th of December.
Yeah, so as Stu touched on, this is an event that Cody's put together. Cody actually at the Speedway Awards got Street Stock Competitor of the Year in the weekend up there at Palmerston North. So he's done a good job to put this event together. So got a few North Islanders coming down. So we're definitely supporting that.
All right. And if anyone's got nothing to do after they've eaten heaps on Christmas Day and then relaxed on Boxing Day, you get a car ready, go and do a demo derby on the 28th to see the year out of 2024. That'd be a bit of fun, eh?
Yeah, that's usually probably about our second biggest event as far as crowd numbers go.
Oh.
People love to watch a good derby.
Yeah.
And then we've also we actually combine a street car race as well, so people can go out and race their derby car and a couple of open races before they derby it. So it gives them a bit of another bite of the apple, so to speak.
It's interesting to me that if there's a few tracks that do that now, they've added that made that derby a street car race as well before they actually derby it. Yeah, it's quite interesting. It's a good idea, to be fair.
Yeah, it just gives people a bit more bang for their buck. You know, it's
Yeah.
not cheap to get a hold of a derby car and get it done these days. So it gives them another sort of run with it. And hopefully we might get a competitor or two out of it, you know.
Awesome, mate. Awesome.
Exactly.
Well, let's touch on this big one. Obviously, the New Zealand Superstock event. It's been a lot of work done behind the scenes. The dates have been out for a while, and people are no doubt booking accommodations and everything like that. 10th and 11th is the official dates in January, and as Wayne has confirmed, there will not be a practice on the 9th.
No. So, yeah, like I say, our consent doesn't allow for practice on the Thursday, unfortunately. So it's all on the Friday and Saturday. We've been lucky enough to get a sponsor, an ex-New Zealand champion, actually, DC Equipment, Dale Wavis and Christine are sponsoring the event. So very proud to have them on board.
Awesome.
And then we're also going to run a real sort of a very strong second tier event this year. And we've got Lala Ashton from TWS, he's sponsoring that, along with a local engine building company, Mean Machine. So Tony Finn, he's come on board too. So good sponsors. It's going to be a great event. The last time that event was held here was, I think, back in 2013. It's going to be. It was a great event then too. It was an awesome final, and this one will be the same.
Was that Shane Penn that won it back then?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to put a damper on the event, but it's a question that I suppose has to be asked, going by the track record of the last two New Zealand championships. Do you have rain-out days? Because you were saying your consent not allowed to do your 3-day meeting. How does that work for you guys if it's a rain-out day or something?
So that meeting there is the only meeting we have in January, that 2 days. So we can shift that meeting. We have flexible dates on that now. So we can move that into a Sunday, Monday. It won't have any effect on meetings in the future.
So if it rained on the Friday, qualifying happened, and then rained on the Saturday, you would move that to another weekend. You wouldn't go to the Sunday.
We'd try and run it on the Sunday.
Monday.
Yeah, that was my sort of point there, is what I was hoping to talk about, because with you saying you can't run a 3-day, so do they that your consent allows for that Sunday if it rains on the Saturday?
Yeah, strictly if it's rain affected.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool, that answers that. Easy.
You got St. John's sorted, mate? St. John's all sorted?
Yeah, that seems to be the hold up for everybody.
Yeah. It's they do a great service for our track. It's never getting any cheaper, but when a driver needs some attention and quality attention, these guys do a great job. Okay. So we've got them on board again for this year.
Okay, particular around ticket sales for this event at the track, or will you give the opportunity online?
We will be releasing tickets online, but not 100% of them, obviously, because we want to just get the local people a chance to walk up to the gate and come on in. So, we are still deciding on the number of those, but we will be releasing online sales.
Awesome. Just keep an eye out before Christmas, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're already talking about it and getting the things sorted out. So they'll be out soon enough.
There's a Christmas present for you, Books. Ticket to the New Zealand. There we go. Hey, so there's heaps going on there, no doubt. Just keep an eye on their social media and website as well around all of that event. February, we move into February. You got the New Zealand TQ Grand Prix. That'll be another big event down there as well.
Yeah, these cars are awesome on our track, TQs. We had the New Zealand title here last year, and it was awesome. These guys fly around our track, so we're glad to have that back. It's one of our biggest classes here locally. Got great support and good numbers, so really looking forward to that event.
All right. Moving on through all the wings. The sprint car. Oh, here we go again. Books the 15th. Should we sneak back down there? It'll be another big one down there on that track. On that track, and I know that track. How fast are those bloody things going around Nelson Speedway?
Because it's got quite a bank on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be buggered how they know how to turn the corners. Actually, they
yes,
just seem to be going around the corner the whole way. So this is the final round of the War of Wings in Nelson. So that'll be a massive event. Usually they have the big prize giving, and that's going to be the grand finale of that event here.
Yeah. I think they just continuously sideways all around that whole track, I would guess, eh?
Yeah, they usually see the brakes glowing red hot. They've got them on all the way around too. So yeah, they're awesome to watch.
Okay. Then we move on through to March 15, 16. You've got the Stampede, SummerSlam, the Mini Stock Mania.
Yeah, so we've combined this with the Rees tour.
Yes.
So what I think I blindsided Pete a bit actually up at conference, because he was only wanting to do originally the one day. He was going to do Blenheim on the Friday and then here on the Saturday, but our Stampede dates were sort of Friday, Saturday. So we thought, let's have a compromise. We'll race Saturday, Sunday and do a 2-day deal. We had a lot of drivers that come down here that raced the Stampede, and they says, we want to come back. We loved it, and the hospitality, the event, the whole thing. So we thought, why not combine the two? So we've got PTS has come back on board to sponsor the event, and it's going to be a truly great event, integrating two massive meetings together.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. When I found that out, to be fair, I was like, someone said to me, the Stampede's that weekend. I thought, oh man, I've always wanted to see that event, so I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm quite happy about it, to be fair.
Yeah, well, the Stampede's an event that we've been trying to build momentum on, and we're thinking, geez, we still need to run that, because next year, when all of these events have sort of blown through, we still need to have that event that people want to come to,
Yeah.
So that's something we had to keep going. So it's the dates have really fallen our lap and it's worked out pretty good, actually.
Yeah, exactly. I had so many people talking to me about it, especially from the Polo crew and all that went down with their trucks and cars. They couldn't stop talking highly of the Stampede, and for some of them who've been racing back in the days, back in your day, mate, actually, the top of the South Champs, all of that stuff. That's what kind of that memory with the A grades back then, now Superstocks can reflect on as well. So it's an event, I tell you what, with the Rees Tour as well. You picked the perfect time, mate. It's perfect. Moving through to April. Oh, this sounds like a bit of me. Whoops. Queen of the Clay. No.
Yeah, this is an unfortunate one that rained out last year. We had so much interest in this event. It's run up at Rotorua, the all-female event, and it's really gaining momentum. There's some bloody good drivers in the female fraternity, and we really want to run that this year. So fingers crossed the weather plays into our hands. We've got a couple of good female drivers here. Zoe Hughes is in a Rees car now. So, we're really looking forward to it.
Just Robbie maybe and a few of the other North Island Superstock drivers that are watching this. Are the North Island cars, or why can't the North Island cars have a pre-practice maybe for an hour on the Friday afternoon? Is that possible?
We have a start time that we can't, on a 2-day event, we can't start before. So, no, sorry, that's not going to happen.
Oh, okay.
Come down early.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
All right, you go down early, like you say, go and have a.
We can blame Kins for that anyway, Wayne, because it's a council thing, eh?
I'll ring up the bloody mayor down here. Hey, what you doing?
We'll blame Kins. There you go, Robbie. It's Kins's fault, Robbie.
Bloody me being a councillor. Hey, and of course, you wrap it up with the Easter extravaganza, and that wraps up your season. Another big weekend to wrap that up.
Yeah, well, again, we've worked this one in with Eastern States. They race on the Saturday, we race on the Sunday. So, that's good that we've worked that event in together. So hopefully those cars carry on through from eastern states here and do the 2-dayer.
Wicked. Mate, one thing I do recognise when it comes to Superstocks, Alex and some of the boys that travel around, we see them quite often up here in the North Island racing with the B240s or any big events. And look, I'm going to obviously ask hey, Harley, I know you're watching now, Harley. Can you just confirm that you have bought that car? You know what Facebook's like, says all his bloody truth. He's not going to tell us anyway. The Tigers question, mate. I knew this was going to come out. I knew this was going to come out. And I've been thinking, they've got the New Zealand Superstock Champs coming up next year. I'm guessing and wondering whether or not 2026 we might see the return of the Nelson Tigers to Palmy teams.
Yeah, we've actually got development squads being put together at the moment for both Tigers and Thunder. So that's awesome. That shows the strength of those classes in our club. So, watch this space, really. There's things happening.
Oh, you're going to get people excited now. We'll start a rumour. The Tigers are back this year.
and I see Harley went to the Tigers meeting. Apparently, he's racing for the Tigers. And he said, yes, 100% in his comment here. No, he's talking about the car. He's talking about the car. So you are right, Ams. He did go to the Tigers meeting. No, just joking. We'll just start a big rumour. Just bring Harley in the show. Just bring Harley in the show. He'll bloody be a hard case. Right. Well, that's good news, especially for a lot of fans. And I'm guessing whenever that eventuates, people think the tickets for that event in Palmy go quick. It's going to go even quicker when they're here.
Yeah. We talked about this the other week about when we were talking with Charlie Swarter, actually, how much it changed teams when the Brits came back after COVID. I think when the Tigers come back to Palmy teams, it's going to go off. I think it's going to be one of the biggest things in that Speedway for a lot of years when that happens, because the whole country is screaming for the Tigers. So you can guarantee any drivers putting their hands up will be treated like kings down there when they finally get down there. Up there, sorry.
Yeah.
Up.
It's a bit of it's a stuck record question we've been getting for a long time, but it takes a lot of building, and we've got a few younger guys coming through now, and it's a case of want. I know back when I was racing with the Tigers, we had to fight to get in there, and it was like you'd give everything to go through there. It wasn't being asked; it was actually earning your right. So we're going back to those sort of values, making sure guys have got the gear, they're prepared, and they know what it takes.
I must admit, every time we have someone on from Nelson, it's the same question every bloody time. But yeah. But I just want to quickly, I just had thinking about some other stuff too, like we touched on before we went live, Wayne, about what people don't realise, how much is involved, just like water for your track. Like people don't realise, like you're talking to us about you have a consent for 2-day meetings, but then you had to do something to be able to have enough water for the track too. You want to elaborate on that for us?
Yeah, so I think it's no secret that a new dam's been built here in Nelson to make sure that the market gardens and all the agricultural on the plains can carry on. As we all know, the climate's changing. Things are getting drier in the summer. So we had the forethought to buy shares in the dam. So we've got another pretty much doubled our water allocation. So when we have those dry summers, we've got plenty of water on hand to be able to keep it at bay. We've also got automated sprinklers out there, so we can set them at night, and you get the track right. As Stu touched on earlier, some of these summers we're getting up around 30 degrees in the middle of the afternoon. It's really hard to keep the water on those tracks and keep them bloody dry at the end of the night.
Yeah, it's just, to me, it's an interesting for me, because a lot of people don't realise just how much. There's the things that you don't think about, and when you go to the Speedway, like we sit there and say, "Oh, why don't they put more water on the track? It's bloody chopping up." And we all know best sitting in the stands, of course, and to hear that, like, for you guys to get enough water to do that, you've had to buy shares in a dam so that you have an allocation of water to do it. Something that we think we take for granted isn't so much for granted anymore, is it?
No, 100%. You know, water's the new gold. You know, you look at all those big irrigation schemes down the South Island. I don't know if you took notice of them when you were going down the coast and that. It's big ponds and that. You know, you've got all the hops and all the dairy conversions down there. It all takes water, and Speedway's no different. You got to have a good water source there, and it's got to be reliable. So yeah, it's all part of it.
Yeah, interesting. I just thought I'd touch on that because we're talking with Stuart as well. You know, they're looking to find a way to fund to get more water and fill tanks up for their track. You know, it's just something that I think people should take into consideration when they go to a track, and they might say, "Oh, bloody hell, the track chopped up, or I haven't done this, or it's not very drivey, or it's got slick." And well, there's a lot of things that come into that. So maybe we should just sort of say, "Hey, that was a good meeting," you know, and forget about that bitchy side of it. You know, when you think about the extras that has to be done to make it work for us as a spectator to go and watch a great show.
Yeah, it's interesting talking to other clubs when we're up at the conferences. Nelson's bloody lucky. We own our club. We own the land. We don't lease it.
Oh,
So,
wow.
you know, we can, we've got park over for campers. So we've got a stream of income there. We've got other different communities, community organisations that hire the place. So we hire a hall out. So, you know, we've got quite a few income streams we can get from the facility. So, you know, whereas we talk to other tracks of leasing them off the council and that, so they can't actually cross-lease the track, or they are sort of at the mercy of what the council are deciding to do, what they want to do with the track in the future. Everyone's trying to, you know, make things greener and less impact on the environment. So, you know, we're lucky with that consent and where we are and owning our own track.
So people are going to be able to camp as well at the Rees tour at your track?
Yes, no, they can park and camp over there. I talked to Pete. We're going to feed and water the guys as well. So no, we'll look after them. They can stay in the pit. So no, it's all good.
Cool. Yeah,
awesome.
I'm looking forward to that. Well, I've got my camper that I live in, you see, so I'll be travelling with Kins. Me and Kins will be in the camper doing the tour. So we're looking forward to meeting everybody and just having a great time, I think, and just enjoying it, you know.
I can't wait.
I'll come down and camp with you, I think.
Yeah. Good night.
Yeah.
Just what Pete says to you, we'll just have a roadie. Just walk away with me, mate. We'll walk away because.
I'll tell you what would make it even special when you rock on up with a white bay fritter. That'll be the best, mate. It's around that time too. So.
he's putting his orders in already, Wayne. Hey, look at him.
You're like 1, 2, 3.
I'll get my people to talk to your people, eh? We'll sort
and I'll talk to those bloody councils down there as well. See what the hell I can do.
Yeah.
Hey, just quickly though, Wade, you know, obviously this cannot happen without the people who work within the committee, within the volunteer structure of Nelson Speedway. You know, credit to everyone that sits behind the scenes and does a lot of work, because the program or the calendar doesn't happen overnight. Programs don't happen overnight, to be precise, especially for the big events. Everyone wants the glitz and glamour of all these flash programs for the big events, everything like that, mate. There's a lot of work. There's a ton of work that happens behind the scenes.
Yeah, 100%. You know, we've got a bloody good committee. Pretty much the whole committee from the previous years come across with only 1 or 2 changes. So that's good. Got good stability there. All tracks have the same issue with getting good, reliable volunteers. We're lucky enough, we look after ours, and we've got the same ones coming back every year. And that goes right through to the SNZ staff too. You've got to look after them. They're the ones that, you know, they cop a lot of flack at times, but without them being there, you can't run the event. So everyone who is volunteering to be at the event, you've got to really look after them, you know. They're as important as the drivers. So
yes,
you've really got to look after those volunteers. We find it hard starting or having race meetings on a Friday with people getting off work, because it is a bit of a commitment getting off work. So thanks to those people that take the time out to do that. This year we've had, you know, a lot of projects going on at the track, and we've actually allocated them to the classes, and it's been quite rewarding to see the different classes turn up and carry out the jobs that have been allocated. And it's a way for them to get together and, you know, have a bit of fun as well. So it's been great to see the different classes achieving various jobs at the track.
Awesome, mate. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Look, I can't wait to get down there as well and
mate.
to be part of, just the event. I'm arriving actually on the Wednesday ahead of the New Zealand Superstocks. Come down there and check out that beautiful Nelson and be part down there with the family. But I can't wait, and hopefully my mate will be down there as well and be part of the New Zealand Superstocks. But Wayne, we do thank you for coming to join us, having a chat. I'm just going through my mind. 81N and the Nelson Tigers team. 79N was also there with the red body colors. I'll go through my head. I've got the photo album of the Nelson Tigers from way back in this era, bro. I've still got that behind me. I've still got those. I remember those cars.
And you know, you sit here and you listen to him, Wayne. He talks about the eras and back in the day, but he didn't even know anything about Speedway. It was his wife or missus that introduced him to Speedway.
Oh, well, she must be a keeper then, eh?
Yeah, she grew up around it.
It's normally the other way around, isn't it? With Kins, he was introduced to Speedway by his wife. So it's, to me, that's,
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Now he can't get enough, like me. Hey, listen, I appreciate you joining us again, Wayne, tonight, and taking the time out to talk to us about your upcoming season. And we do wish you all the best for your season and your track and club and all your volunteers. We wish them all the best, and we look forward to catching up when we come through, mate.
All right. Thanks for having me on the show tonight. It's been good. We're looking forward to you guys coming down south.
Okay. All I'm gonna say, mate, is bring back the Tigers. Bring back the Tigers. All right. Cheers, Wayne.
Thanks, Wayne. See you, mate.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, there we go. It's going to be two great tracks here, kids. I mean, you'd be quite privileged living at that top there, wouldn't you? Because they work together so well. Where you get a lot of Speedway where it's like a Saturday, Sunday. So you're racing at one on the Saturday, then you're going through on the Sunday to the other one, or Friday, Saturday. You're getting 2 days of Speedway in a weekend at two different tracks that are not that far away. I think it's fantastic.
Exactly. You want to shift down there now?
Far out. We've got more South Island tracks to talk to yet in the coming weeks. I'm going to be packing my bags by the end of these shows, I'll tell you.
So you kind of got to
I'll be booking the Fury on the Monday. I'm gone. See you later, kids.
You're gone. So there you go. There you go. That's a kind of a hint and the insight to what we're doing around the build-up to the Rees Tour. Yes, we are doing the promotion of the tracks. We're going to start down the south. Obviously, when the tour comes up in March, hence the reason why we started with Stu, Eastern State Speedway, and Wayne wrapping up with Nelson as well. So we'll continue on. If you follow the map on the Rees Tour, that's how we're heading through with our shows on a Wednesday. Otherwise, thank you for all the wonderful comments. You got the details on the New Zealand Superstock Champs and everything else happening there as well. Plenty going on, mate. It's been a good show. It's been a fun show.
And I put a post up the other day about our DWD super late models that we've been driving on the sim racing. If you want us to do a live stream, people, and commentate, let us know, because we get the interest that people want to watch it. I'll do a live stream and commentate. If not, I'll carry on racing and we'll just send pictures. And we'll put a poster up either tonight or tomorrow with and see if you show us interest if you're interested in a Kokpit Media trackside with Kokpit, brought to you by GARAGE16 shirts. So, and they'll all be similar to what we're wearing, these supplemented tops. So they're really nice tops and good design and everything. So we'll put a post up, and if you're keen to buy one, you just got to send us a PM us a message, and we'll do our best to help you get one. That's for sure.
Love it. Thanks to GARAGE16 Aaron and the team for supporting us here on Trackside. That wraps up our Wednesday show. Thanks, everyone. It's been a pleasure having fun tonight with Stu and Wayne. We will catch you back next Wednesday. See ya.
Thanks, everyone. Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bub and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot, Nettie.